Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome to an absolutely frozen morning here in northern West Virginia. It is 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and with the little bit of wind that we have, it's about 8 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'll put that in Celsius. So today I'm going to be shooting locally here. I'm going to be shooting some of these wonderful old abandoned, mostly abandoned buildings that we have here in my new hometown. I've had a lot of interest in some of the photos that I've taken so far of these buildings. So I guess the theme of this vlog is that shooting locally can pay a lot of benefits. I've been selling quite a few prints just shooting some of the local buildings here and some of the local area. West Virginians are very proud of their state, rightfully so, but there's also a lot of interest in some of these old abandoned buildings that may or may not be around forever. So for those of you who follow me on social media may have seen this building behind me here. This is an old Coca-Cola bottling plant. It was built in 1914. It's been abandoned for many years. I'm not sure when it closed down for good, but it's just standing there. It's boarded up. I've never been inside, but there are some openings there. I would like to take my drone and fly it in one of those big open windows there and kind of see what's inside. And I can kind of tell that part of the roof's missing, so I might be able to get a shot of what it looks like from above down into the building. But I'm not flying my drone this morning. It is far too cold. So one thing I really like about this kind of photography versus landscape photography is that in landscape photography, we're so concerned about absolute perfection in the scene, eliminating this distraction, eliminating that distraction. But for this kind of photography, I want those distractions. I want those telephone poles and manhole covers and street signs and like light poles behind me too. It adds just that little bit of extra grit to the photos. I don't mind if there's cars so much in the scene. I try to eliminate as many cars as I can, but if I have to keep one or so in, I like to do that because it helps date the photo. So if somebody views this photo 50 years from now, they can kind of tell when it was taken by the cars that are in the scene. So another reason that I picked this location today is just right over here, I can walk right over and get a second composition of the downtown area in a beautiful old abandoned hotel called the Waldo Hotel. Probably one of the most luxurious hotels in the past here in West Virginia. So let me finish up here. I'm going to take several different compositions of this. I'm shooting this in horizontal format today. I've never done that before. It's always been more of a vertical composition, but I'll put both up on the screen for you. But yeah, I'm taking horizontal, trying to get a little bit more of the grit that I was talking about. So let me get these finished up here and then we'll move over to the second composition. I may have to do this video in several different installments because it is just bone-chilling cold, especially when the wind comes up the street here. It's kind of like a wind tunnel, and if the wind chill is 8 degrees, it's probably colder right here. So I'm just frozen to the bone and loving every minute of it. All right, so I've moved over to my second location. As you can see behind me here, it is not the ideal spot. There's illegal dumping, there's beer cans, there's even a couple needles over there from drug use. But what's cool about this location is that during the summertime, I couldn't see this composition of the city because the trees were in full bloom and it's overgrown with vines. I tried to get back in here, it just couldn't get a clear shot of the buildings behind me there. So this type of photography isn't always pretty. It's not always in the best part of town. So there's definitely some safety concerns. Just have to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Yeah, but have a great view of the Waldo Hotel back there. I have some high clouds moving in. Up here, I probably can't see it on this camera, and I have the sun getting ready to rise over this direction, so I'm hoping to get a little bit of color in the cloud, because in this kind of photography, that's not necessarily important, having a good sky, but it helps. It is cold Oh, I love this. So I had to change the batteries in the vlogging camera because these little Sony batteries seem to be draining really fast in these frigid temperatures. Anyway, a little bit about the shot, and I do have some nice color forming up in the sky above the old Waldo Hotel there. I'm obviously zoomed in past this, all this illegal dumping and bottles and needles and crap here that people have put. But I do have some trees in the way, so I'm gonna put a focus point there. I know they're dead and everything, but I just think it's gonna add that grit. This is the word of the day, grit. There's a street sign over the highway that says downtown, and it has an arrow pointing kind of in the direction that I'm shooting. And then again, a focus point up on the old Waldo Hotel up there. Probably 3, maybe 4 focus points to make this image nice and sharp. And again, hopefully capture some of this color in the sky. I think this is gonna be my last composition for today. It is just bone-chilling cold. And every once in a while we get these gusts of wind that just like, makes me want to call it quits, but I'm gonna soldier through it. I have about 3 different layers on right now. Probably should have broken out the parka that I bought to go to Maine a few years ago. That thing was really, really warm. Anyway, I'm gonna put these shots of the old Coca-Cola building behind me there and the Waldo Hotel up there. Just beautiful, beautiful old abandoned buildings here in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2. It's a couple days later and it's about 30 degrees warmer, luckily. I've tried to get down here the last couple of days, but we've had the Christmas parade here in downtown, so it's been hard to get the shots that I've been looking for, and now it is pouring cats and dogs. Probably not going to be able to get the kind of shot that you want to make into a print that people might want to buy. But right over here to my right is Main Street. I just drove down it, and there's not one single car parked along either side of the street. There's hardly any cars, just the occasional car coming up Main Street, and there are no people milling about, no delivery trucks, and luckily there's no homeless people. Hopefully they've taken shelter somewhere. Yeah, it's just an absolute ghost scene. Not able to get that shot very often. So yeah, it's Sunday morning at 8:30, and just not a lot of people out yet. So I'm gonna step right outside, right into the middle of the street, and get my shot. Nobody's gonna want to buy this at all, but it's still gonna be a cool shot. I'm gonna put a little bit of video as I drove up Main Street, and then I'll put the picture up on the screen. And then I will try to get back out in a day or two, and hopefully the weather is a little bit better and able to capture some nice images of these beautiful old buildings here in downtown. Hey everybody, welcome back to another frosty morning here in West Virginia, day 3 of this vlog. And I'm not really here to shoot sunrise, but we have a beauty going on right now. I am standing on top of a car park, naturally. Yeah, let me take this shot. It's not really what I'm here for, but it would be rude not to when you got something that nice looking out there. And then we'll get to finishing up this week's vlog. All right, got the sunrise shot. Again, not really what I'm here for. Where I am is overlooking one of the main intersections downtown. We got Pike Street, which is one of the main crossroads, and then beyond that is Main Street. Tall building there is the Union National Bank building. Behind me here, That orange building back there glowing with this beautiful sunrise we had this morning is the one that I was taking photos of across the way the other day. So I'm gonna go head over there and get some more intimate close-up pictures of it. Ooh, it is frosty this morning. There's a little bit of wind too. That doesn't help at all. So let's get to the point of the vlog. Shoot locally, sell locally. Son of a... Well, that was a first for me. I've never had a battery or batteries, all of them, die due to cold weather. That just didn't happen much in Florida, or actually ever at all. So yeah, live and learn. I've seen it happen on other people's vlogs, but again, never happened to me, but now I know. All right, so I think I'm just gonna wrap up the video today. I don't want this to get too long. I think I'll break it up into two parts. This first part is shooting locally. You saw what I had to work with, what I was shooting, the downtown area with all the old buildings. And if you look at some of the past videos that I've done since living here in West Virginia, those have all been shot with about a 50-mile radius of where I live. So to me, 50 miles or so, that's local. And in the next video, we'll talk about selling locally, where you can sell your prints at, who you can sell your prints to, and who your market really is. Because when I really sit back and think about who my market is, you know, I'd like to think that I have a worldwide market because I have a YouTube channel and people from all over the world watch my videos, but that I don't really think that is necessarily the case. So we'll talk more about who your market is, who my market is, in the next video. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you enjoyed the look at my downtown area here in Clarksburg, West Virginia. Some just amazing buildings built between 1890 and 1920. Like I said, some of them are still in use, but a lot of them are abandoned, but it doesn't make them any less beautiful, in my opinion. So keep an eye out for the part 2, where we're going to talk about selling locally, selling your prints locally. Hopefully get that out here in the next week or two. Until then, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine.